Hello and welcome back everyone to this new series on Python. This series of videos will help you take your skills from beginner to expert level in Python. Do not forget to hit the red subscribe button and the bell icon so that you are the first one to know whenever I upload any new video. In today's session we will see different typecasting functions that we have in Python. Now let's jump to Jupyter Notebook and get started. Let's open a new notebook. Click on New drop-down and then from there select Python 3. Now you will observe that the new notebook will open in a new tab. Let's rename it. I will name it Typecasting in Python. Click on Rename. In the last video we have discussed 4 different type of variables that we have in Python. So the 4 variables are, first one is string, and string is used to store string of characters. Then we have seen float variable. Float variables are used to store numbers with a decimal. Then we have int variable. Int are used to store integers, and that includes positive and negative numbers. And the last one is bool, which is used to store true and false values. If you have not yet watched that previous video, then I will share the link of that video in the description below, and also you can see the link of that video on the top right corner. So similar to 4 different types of variables in Python, we also have 4 different type of typecasting functions. Just add brackets after each data type. So let's run this cell and see the 4 different type of typecasting functions. First one is str, add brackets. Then the next one is float, add a bracket. Next is int, and the last one is bool. Typecasting functions are used to convert a particular variable from one data type to another. Say we need to convert a variable that is stored as a string type into int type, then we will be using these typecasting functions. Let's see few examples to get a better understanding of this concept. So let's define a new variable y and give it a value 500, but we will enclose this 500 within single quotes. Let's see what is stored in variable y. Press shift enter. 500 with a single quote is stored inside variable y. Let's check the type of variable y. So as we can clearly guess that 500 is enclosed within single quotes. So Python is telling us that y is of string type. But suppose our requirement is to use y as a whole number but not string, then we will be using int typecasting function to convert variable y from string data type to int data type. So let's see how we'll convert it to int. You just have to write int and within parentheses give the variable name, that is y, and you can assign it back to y. Next line, write down y and press shift enter. So you will see that now 500 is not enclosed within single quotes. Let's now check the type of variable y. So using int typecasting function, we were able to convert the number 500 that was stored as string into int data type. You can only convert standard numbers from string data type to integer data type. So let's check another example. If you have a new variable that is z and it stores value Python, let's see the value stored in z. And now if you try to convert this variable into int, it you won't be able to convert it because Python is not a standard number. We are getting error that invalid literal for int. So basically we can only convert standard numbers using int typecasting function. Now one more example. If you have a variable name a and it stores a value 100.0, so you can guess that it's a decimal number, but it is stored as string because we have enclosed it within single quotes. Let's see what is stored in a. Press shift enter. Let's see the type of variable a using type function and press shift enter. Variable a is stored as a string data type. Now suppose we have to convert it to int. We will use int function, int, and write down within parentheses a and press shift enter. Here we are getting error because Python understands that 100 decimal 0 is of float data type, but we are trying to convert it to integer. So in order to convert this 100 decimal 0 to int, first we have to convert it to float, and then we will be able to convert it to integer type. So create a new variable c and assign value float, and within parentheses give the variable name, that is a. In the next line type c and press shift enter. So it has been converted to float. Now to get integer data type, we will have to convert it again to int. Let's create a new variable d and assign value int of c. We will give c here because now we have to use the variable c that is storing 100 decimal 0, and press shift enter. Let's see the type of c first. So c is of float type. Using float function we were able to convert variable a to float. Then let's see the type of variable d. So here you can see that variable d is of int data type. So we were able to convert 100 decimal 0 that was stored as string into integer type by first converting it to float and then to int data type. So these are the small things that we have to keep in mind while using different typecasting functions. Okay, so now let's see another example. Let's try to add two variables. Let's name a variable a and give a value enclosed within quotes 45. Then let's define another variable b and assign value 60. Press shift enter. Now our requirement is to add these two variables. In Python we can simply add these two numbers by giving a plus b. Press shift enter. Here you will observe that we are getting error cannot concatenate. So basically a is stored as a string data type and b is stored as a int type. So first let's check the type of both a and b. Type of a is string and type of b is int. So in order to add the two variables that we have seen above, a and b, we will have to convert a to int first, then we will be able to add these two numbers. So write down int, within parentheses give the variable name, that is a plus b, and now press shift enter. Now we are getting the result after adding 45 to 60, that is 105. That is the reason we should know how to use these type conversion functions in Python. This is all that I had to cover in this session. I encourage everyone to play around with these different typecasting functions that we have seen in this session. I hope this session was useful. See you in the next video.